Good evening, and welcome to Oxford's Ashes, a modern-day Vampire the Masquerade chronicle set in the British city of Oxford. Already awakened for the night is Barry of Clan Nagaraja, played by Noscavian. Rami of Clan Hakata, played by Space. Ebony of Clan Ventry, played by Softinomicon. Hatfield of Clan Bruja, played by Daybreakathon. Acheron of Clan Zamitzi, played by Larissa Rave. And last, but by no means ever least, Slip, Clan Nosferatu, played by Slippery Nosferatu, but always and forever known to us as Vamp Daddy. We begin this week where we left off last week. Flip is a semi-willing passenger in a fairly nice car, making its way across the city centre, along the Botley Road and turning off down Binsey Lane. Before long, the modern houses and block of flats yield to trees and tall grass after crossing a narrow bridge. The car travels down the narrow road, the encroaching trees almost blocking out the night sky and stars totally from the car's view, and eventually turns off the narrow lane into the front drive of a large, imposing house, its many lights acting like a beacon in the inky abyss of night. The driver gently turns to Slip and asks him to follow him into the building. He leads Slip into a large room. Two kindred are openly feeding on kine as Slip is led through the first room of the country house and into a next-door office. The man takes a seat behind a desk and gestures to Slip for him to sit in front of him. Well then, welcome. For you to have been brought here and given an invitation in this way marks you as a cut above from most people who stumble their way in here. You're a little bit better than the regular class of kindred that skulks the shadow these nights. And in case it needed to be said, the Masquerade here is more of a guideline. So, I assume you must have some questions, no?
Few come to mind, yes.
Well, let me tell you first of all, if we cater to what kindred want, what they actually desire, blood, sex, drugs, being worshipped, even protection from being staked, all are possible here, and much, much more. So, what is your deepest desire?
Sir, you're telling me you can protect me from those folks in the tower, they call it?
In a sense. In a sense. More, you won't care.
You're offering me Valium?
We are offering you your unlife. Fully yours. To do with however you so desire.
That does sound too good to be true. What is
And
the
yet,
catch?
there is no catch. Just enjoy. That is the purpose here. Give in to your desires.
What do you get out of that, other than another dependent, another burden, another mouth to feed?
We are not part of the Camarilla. We find them too... frustrating?
Oppressive?
Oppressive. And the Anarchs are just too... meddlesome, really. We align with the Anarchs more than the Camarilla. But that said, most Anarchs, they don't really know what they want yet. But do
Well,
you?
from what I have been told, my clan is sectless in some regards. So I think I might fit in here, but I'm still not sure what you get out of this other than another burden. You're collecting
One
mouths
less,
to feed?
one less kindred in the Camarilla, one less kin in the
Oh,
Anarchs.
true.
They come to us, and before long, we have loyalty, not enforced with an iron fist like that from the tower, but one out of genuine loyalty.
What's your internet speed? I'm a simple guy.
Well, I just read just this evening that 72.6% of the country has access to gigabit fiber speed, so probably that.
Man, if that's true, like, I'm down for this mostly.
Wonderful. Wonderful. This is exactly what we needed to hear from you, Slip. But first of all, you can make your every dream come true. Yours will be no problem. But first, I need to learn who you are. Tell me about you, Slip.
Do you have specific questions, or should I just start like 80 years ago?
80 years ago. Oh,
80 years ago?
roll. I'm re-rolling
What?
that. More interesting.
Oh my god!
You and your mind, it's mine now!
No, my brains!
By the way, we can all hear this through the earpiece because
Yes,
we were
you absolutely
actively
can.
following them.
You
Oh,
absolutely
yeah.
can.
Yeah, Slip thinks he's stalling right now by starting 80 years ago, and he's just microwaving his own brain.
I'd like you to roll
Mhm.
composure and resolve, please, Slip.
Sure. Oh, and it's a bestial fail.
Four successes. For tabula rasa. Slip. There's only 60% of your memory left.
Well, 80 years ago, that's a good question. I'm drawing some blanks suddenly.
That's
I
quite
think I
all
was a
right.
janitor. I was a janitor, yes. I cleaned floors. Yeah.
I'm sure this is going to be the start of a very interesting story about how you cleaned up this town. Meanwhile, Spinning Table of Horrors logo. While this is going on, in a slow, subtle pursuit, the rest of the coterie have pulled the car over to the side, tracking Slip through the earpiece. Before you all leave the car, presumably making your way to where Slip is there anything you'd all like to talk about? At this point, Slip is also able to say a few short sentences or quick one-word answers to you as well.
So this is before he goes into the room
This is about,
and the memory loss.
he's probably getting out of the car and you're just like watching him.
The microwave
Yeah.
door is open, but they haven't turned it on yet.
Oh, right. Amazing. Okay. Right. So, how do we want to approach this? We've got to be very careful here. They do funny things to the mind.
Slip's
Jimmy.
definitely got this. That man's mind's like a steel trap.
I don't think that matters.
I
You know,
feel
it's an
just
interesting
exchanges a glance
thing
with Ebony.
what some It's an interesting thing that can happen with a bit of vitae rolling through the veins again, and age. The older you are, seemingly the more powerful you can be. Of course, there is always diablerie, and that's a fun way to get powers, but in this case, let us hope that his mind is like a steel trap. If not, hopefully we'll be able to help our friend. Slip, what do you see? And I'm essentially asking for hints from Slip of the layout. Like, as he's being led through to this person's office, I'm like, just give us some hints of things you see so that we can have some sort of lay of the land before we enter.
Ooh, this is a very nice foyer. I like that there's 3 doors. I like odd numbers. And we'll be in this one on the right. This one right here. I like this door. It's mahogany.
Furiously taking notes as he
Yeah, I'm kissing ass as rapidly as I can and as descriptively as I can.
Right, I'm just like, wow, he's so impressive. There's a reason why he's our leader. Just trying to feed him compliments back so he will give me more info.
Meanwhile, for some reason, Ebony's facade feels attacked, and she's just sat there going, why do I feel hurt?
Bruh, it's that moment of like, man, I cannot outwardly agree with this right now. And internally, it hurts.
I just can't get a fucking win. Maybe I'll have a cry about this later on Hatfield's shoulder.
Just Hatfield, hold me.
Not enough, boss. We're on the job.
I know, later.
Yeah, and then wonderful, amazing. So I'm just taking these notes, trying to make essentially like a crude map of direction to get to the office that he's in, and say, right, so the handsy one's going first, yeah?
Sure.
The strong
That's me.
of our crew.
It's changed went with Barry now.
Mm-hmm.
So going and
Barry,
okay.
Hatfield. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because given what happened last time, to be honest with you, I don't think there's any great way for us to enter, right? Because if we are all technically susceptible to whatever mind games they will likely try to play.
Okay, so I gotcha. Our incredibly subtle plan is to run and screaming. Gotcha.
Yeah. I would like to be subtle. I would.
Yeah, me and Barry are
know how
great
much-
at that.
Yeah, and I just don't know how much time we have, which is why I'm thinking maybe not so subtle. Also, these are sentites. They're all about debauchery. They're about sin. They're about living your truth in the most corrupted, delightfully sinful, wicked. Yes. Just be the absolute monster that you are. And so subtle isn't necessarily in the form that perhaps we usually think it.
No, subtle as a fist to the face. I got you. Yeah, okay. Sure.
Snakes are edible, right? Yeah, snakes are edible. We're good.
Slip, is there anyone else in the house?
In the building?
Building.
I'm curious. The tower's got a lot of muscle to throw around. What kind of security do you actually have to keep us safe in this place?
The entire, you'll all hear the response of like the entire building is filled with debased kindred. We are the security.
Ooh, and I get to be one
I
of them.
look at them and I'm like,
You know, I am a lover, not a fighter.
every time. Yeah, as Slip says that, I'm like looking at the crew like, you see what I mean? Sentites.
Yeah.
Barry would brush his hands off on his apron and then get up and say, okay, we're ready to go.
Well,
Operation Plan B.
Oh, is that what we're calling this? Okay.
Can one of our plans be to set the building on fire after we?
I
upset
mean,
that?
I
You
would.
know,
Did you read it on
Once
my
we have
face?
this out, then yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
No,
actually,
we got
in
priorities
fact,
here.
right. Any other night, I'd be all for it. But we've
Alright.
got, list of priorities, and unfortunately, building on fire is not one of them.
Though it is the question. Do they got a fire alarm system? Because if we need to cause some havoc, get a distraction, just saying.
True.
The one individual who would be able to help us with that is currently listening in. What do you think?
What if we just break a fire alarm?
I like to smoke sometimes. Is there a fire suppression system, or
See, I knew he'd come through.
I like black and milds? Is that all right? Can I do that here?
He's so good at that. A black and mild.
What the fuck?
It's Slip from New York. Where's Slip
The
from?
shit.
Wait a minute.
Why? It's shitty.
They're popular in Pennsylvania. I
Exactly.
don't know what to tell you.
I'm a Nosferatu of
Exactly.
shitty. What do you expect?
God, can't even get something good.
I'm poor.
Next thing
Please,
you
can
guys
I
are
smoke
freaking
you?
Camels.
We have to have smoke detectors by law, but that's about it.
Oh, okay. All right.
We have simply removed most things that could cause a fire.
Yes. If you can't tell from my voice, I like the filterless camels.
Oh God. I menthol too.
I'm not sure that's how the curse works, but good for you.
Oh, is it not? Oh.
I'm so sorry.
I gotta pretend to be new while this man deletes my brain.
That's true. You're not wrong. Okay. Wonderful. Right. So I've got a really weird question for you, ST. When the time is appropriate and correct for this move to be made, if it is possible to make this move, I have a proposition. Right. So here's my
Yes.
thing. Right. I've got a specialty in command. Right. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm telling you. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Let me say this right to you. I have a specialty in leadership called command, right? And now I don't know what this role would look like. I'm more trying to find out if this is possible because I can hear what's happening to him over the earpiece, right? If there's one thing I know about Slip is that he is exceedingly guarded about himself, like his actual person and his past, right? He wasn't even willing to give his real name. However, so when I hear this guy ask about, hey, start from 80 years ago, I want to know about you, and he's unable to give details that I know he would know, is there a way that I could use my specialty in leadership to slow down the process of his forgetting? Perhaps
I'm glad you
paired
asked.
with like a...
I'm really glad you asked, because in Cults of Blood God, it specifically says, no, you cannot have an
Amazing,
assist on this role.
fantastic. I do love to hear that. That makes me feel so hopeful for his brain. Okay, cool. I'm glad I asked, though.
I've become the triple Romy.
No.
Please.
I am so worried. Yeah, so I think as we hear this, Acheron is just like, we've got to go now. Like, starts hustling out the car. Yeah.
Alright,
Have fun.
Of course, I like, as we're listening through the ear things, I'm like, he's losing his memory. We gotta go. Like, so that they don't just see Acheron rush out of the car.
Just picturing
without
rushing
any
out,
answer.
but like pushing Hatfield with one hand and Barry with the other, just shoving us both forward like kindred shields.
Get out.
We'll go with
Do
you.
your
Don't worry.
best. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
It's not something I would normally allow, because Slip doesn't even know that Tabula Rasa is being used on him. So you wouldn't know without, you certainly wouldn't know if you weren't even in the room. But for all intents and purposes, at some point, it's going to come out, even if it's Slip saying, oh my god, I think I'm losing my personality. So in the interests of time saving, you're going in that house.
Well, yeah, I mean, the way I was thinking of it was that there's like details about his life that he should be able to recall quite easily. especially because he's so guarded of those secrets, and the fact that he's so willingly giving them up, but then like also not remembering them is very like, that's not slip. That's very like not his behavior.
The
Yeah,
fact
so
that
that's
he
yeah,
was
right,
so
yeah.
confused
Yeah.
as to not
Yeah.
even be able to come up with a believable lie. Like,
Right, exactly, which
Yeah,
is why I'm
yeah.
like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coterie rushed towards the house, the front door unlocked, allowing them swift, easy access to the property. The Covens stand in the large, neatly furnished room. Several other men and women are in the room with them. There are no kine willingly and openly being fed on. Not only that, but based on what Slip said, it doesn't appear to be a doorway that matches the description of the room. It seems totally different from what they expected. Overwhelmed by confusion, you don't even notice when one of the men approaches you.
Oh,
Good evening, and welcome to the lodge.
kill me.
I need just a moment to process that they got slipped from the second he was in that car. I just need, I put a lot of faith in that steel trap mind, and turns out I was fucking wrong, boy. Okay.
are there any
Howdy,
visible
friend.
fire
Nice
alarms?
place you got here.
You are all welcome, especially if Noscavian strokes his beard.
Hell yeah.
What were you saying, Hatfield?
Oh, are there any visible fire alarms?
Wits and awareness. Hatfield, you very subtly cast your eyes around the room, making sure to check corners and the ceiling, and behind a mounted deer head, you see just the outline of a smoke detector hidden away behind it.
Well, cool.
Man carries on and says, "You must be new here. How exciting! We are the Lodge. Kindred from all over the city and outside come here to indulge themselves. No matter your desire or want, you'll find it here. You cannot escape."
This lodge sounds like a pretty nice place. I definitely enjoy some good meals if I do say so.
Oh.
And I'd like one of
Reminds
you
me of a song.
to roll Wits and Resolve.
Sure.
Whoever's got the highest, I recommend.
It might be me,
I
but I
have
don't know.
I have
I have
six.
6 in total.
I have 7.
Oh,
I only
yeah.
have 5.
And end over you.
Wait. Yeah, I only have 5.
I'll do it.
Okay. Maybe Ralph the Blood?
Sure.
Extra dice, maybe? Just in case.
Sure, it's fine. It's fine. We roll 3 of those, it's fine.
Probably roll 3 as well.
Yeah.
I got a crit.
Is that a crit too
So did
on
you.
mine?
Yep, you got a crit
Okay.
as well.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So that goes to Lodge member. As he's speaking these words, you don't notice the subtle, imperceptible tendrils reaching from the man's mind into your own, all of you, changing the layout of this building that you perceive in your mind. So, what indulgences has brought you all here this night?
Causing pain. It's a talent I have.
We have just the room for you. Please.
Thought you might.
He'll step back, raising his arm, use gesture, walk onwards.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of leaning into, like, are we going with it?
Akron you would know, like, Akron doesn't care if there are people watching them do what they do best. In fact, they would probably invite it.
Well, more like,
they're
are we going with him rather than going in loud like we had initially, like... Are we entertaining this man?
Oh, he's
y'all.
just gesturing for you to go forward. He's
Yeah.
inviting you forward.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this
That's
is so many layers of bullshit.
Yeah, Akron's just moving, so y'all gonna have to guess what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I will do. I know it's going to be an automatic failure, but just because my character would do it, I'm gonna do like a awareness roll to see, or investigation, and see if I can find any kind of hallway or door that matched Slip's description.
Wits and awareness.
Okay.
Okay. Well, just my question: is there any role to, after the fact, get out of mental maze? Well, there's nothing. Once it hits, it hits.
Yeah. Same as every other power. Once it hits, it
It's
hits.
fine. We can just kill the lodge
someone
members.
who did it, if he dies, it stops, right?
I believe so. And also, if you are put in mortal danger, unless the person who put mental maze on you has terminal decree.
Fuck you.
So if we set the building on fire, suddenly the doors might maybe make sense.
Unless he has terminal decree.
If he has terminal decree,
the maze while it's on fire.
Hence the might maybe.
So what it comes down to is if you want to commit arson, taking a gamble whether or not this man has terminal decree. So the question you have to ask yourselves is, do you feel lucky, punks?
You're gonna say it.
Well,
Barry, eat this man.
do ya?
You know, Hatfield is high-key just watching Acheron walk away, like glancing at Barry, glancing at Ebony, just looking around for, like, oh, I thought we were punching this. Okay.
Oh,
what?
yeah, and Barry. Man standing forward, you look at the doorway in front of you. Could be it. It's not dissimilar from the description. But that doorway isn't dissimilar either. And you know what? That doorway, that's a pretty good match from the description as well. None of these doorways are exact, but they've all got something going for them.
Yeah, so all three of these doors are like nice mahogany doors.
Yeah.
I really like...
Well, that one's nice, but I think that's actually a rosewood. And that one is mahogany, but I wouldn't call it nice.
Was it Slip's right? Or the other right?
Exactly.
Oh, come on. We don't even look on his face.
So
when Ebony said to eat him, did Ebony say that out loud or in Ebony's head?
I'm not even kidding. There is so much just frustration at this. Are you fucking with me right now? Ow! That was in the back of my headphones, whatever the hell that was.
Oh no.
Oh god, I'm sorry.
You okay?
I'm fine. That was like my brain stopped working for a second. Give me a second.
Oh, you're good.
We heard it.
I have a question. I have a question about
It was out loud, by the way.
Oh, okay, wonderful. My own question is about the doorway that he gestures us to go through. Or well, you know, when he hears my thing, he's like, "Go on ahead." Because of my botany knowledge, there's one thing I would know: is trees, is wood. So, The door that he gestures to.
Just so you know, everyone, Rissa really did say that she knows wood. She actually said that.
Oh God, help! What I'm
clipped.
asking is, Wild, don't do that. Do not do that. My question is this: because Acheron's understanding of the garden and foliage and all these things, right? Is there a role I can do to determine if the door I'm going through is the mahogany door in which Slip described?
I don't think you need to roll for that. Why? You know, I nearly did it myself. You know wood. Fuck it. You know wood. You don't need to roll for that. You have intimate knowledge of wood, very hands-on knowledge with wood. You know wood by sight.
Right.
I'm going to leave it at that one. And you go, you pick one of the two mahogany doorways, and you're like, you know what? I like the look of that wood. That's a nice hard wood. That one gets me.
Right.
Can I use heightened senses to pick out like a voice? Like, would I be, if I was trying to hear Slip's voice, if he was speaking, would I be able to do that with heightened senses if I rolled high enough?
You could do it with or without heightened senses. I would say that heightened senses might actually make it a little bit harder to actually focus in on Slip. But if you did succeed at the roll, no problem.
All right, let's try it.
You hear everything.
Yeah.
With some awareness for me, please.
Sure.
It'd be somewhat difficult.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to try.
Nice, a crit.
I can turn that into a critical if I want it to, but I kind of want to know what's going to happen.
Well,
that's the issue.
I mean, it's a messy crit.
I have an ability that lets me turn messy crits into crits once per session.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that cool? I save it for when, like, if I'm fighting. Yeah. With the Auspex, that's, what, 9? But yeah, I'm gonna save. Yeah. Oh, I can reroll the 3, the 2, and the 1. Or why not? That's funny. I did not mean to do that. You're welcome.
Well, that's a messy crit, for sure.
You're welcome.
You will have no problem whatsoever being able to sift through these voices. You can't pinpoint exactly where all of them are coming from, but you hear Slip's familiar rasp. You hear him telling this story of how he was a janitor. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of got it in stereo now because he's also on the radio and the heightened senses, so you're like, oh, I regret this. Oh, this was not a good idea. And also, the beast inside of you screams. You're listening to all of these voices. So many voices. Some are tortured, some in anguish, pain, others elated, in an almost erotic joy. And the blood urges you to study the individuals around you for signs of illness, frailty, or impending death. Until you have predicted a death or solved the cause of a local one, you suffer a -3 penalty to all other rolls. You do not have to be absolutely correct, but stay within the realm of the possible. You are suffering from the Hakata morbidity compulsion.
I think she's like keeping her head down, trying to like isolate all the voices, and it slips here somewhere. I don't know where.
Absolutely helpful.
Who are you saying that to?
Whoever's around her.
My question is, did you follow Acheron, or did you, did the group come after Acheron, or did you guys stay in that foyer area?
Oh god, I hope they followed you, because otherwise they're lost.
I'd rather us all stay together. Yeah.
I mean, I would too. But that's what
Yeah.
I'm actually, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
I would
we
go.
can't split up. We're just in way more danger if we do.
And you're in a lot of danger right now.
So,
Wait, doesn't mental maze mean we all have a different view of this building?
Yes. Which is why you all
This
need
man
to
trying
stick
to get
together.
us to follow him anywhere is just hurting cats right now?
He doesn't want you to follow him. He has just gestured for you to move onwards, and he is leaving you to your own devices.
what do I see when I walk in?
You see what appears to be a modestly furnished wooden cabin room. There's a small sofa, little decorations here and there, some gaudy paintings hanging from the walls. But mostly it's just a lot of large space, and several doorways here and there. Is there anything you would like to talk about in this new room?
Once again, Hatfield's just looking around for the fire alarms to, so when it's time to go loud, we can go loud.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you do that for free now in every room that you go to. You'll be able to eventually find a fire detector, smoke detector.
As we're
Roger
walking through, I'm going to ask, the group as a collective to describe to me what they see as we go through, because if each of us see a different thing, I'm trying to see if I can piece together maybe something that maybe resembles the truth.
As long as you're all together, you see the same thing.
I see. So it only changes once we go in different Okay.
Yeah.
I understand now. Okay. Right. Well, slip. Just a noise that you can hear me with help. We are in the building.
Loud clatter. Ooh, drop my calculator. My bad. Baby's got a hair trigger on it. You know what I mean?
Fucking
Got a hole in my pocket.
Oh shit!
Who's our son?
Hello. Okay, sorry.
Hello?
My microphone went out, and I caught it before I started talking, so I had to leave and come back in.
Can I eat it?
No, go ahead. Yes. Cool.
Mommy, cause I'm green back.
I need a moment. Y'all can do the thing.
Well, that's absolutely fine, because it's not actually the sounds of small humans that is distracting Acheron. It is, in fact, a piercing, angry wail coming from all around you that says, Ebony, Lacrimosa Blair, you fucking disappointment. Look at what you've done, you filthy little girl.
Oh! I want you to know she whips around full speed. Mother
From
Spirit?
behind, the voice Ebony instantly recognized, instantly responds to. You turn to see the imposing figure, a slender, tall, late 40s woman, her clothing in mockery of those that have taken the habit. A black leather corset clings to her torso like skin, barely able to contain her chest. It almost hides her face from Ebony, who, looking up, can just about see the face mask Mother Superior uses to hide her mouth, and knows that beneath the mask lies the familiar, hated sneer Ebony almost thought she was free from. Look at you. Every advantage anyone could possibly have in this unlife. And what have you done with it? Cried. Night in, night out, you cry, you lament your lack of control, you mourn the cards unlife has dealt you, you cry as you question why your authority is not respected. Then after you get that out of your vile little system, you seek solace in your charge. You are Ventru. You are a descendant of Hardstadt himself. But standing before me now, all I see is a hollow sack of flesh and bone that expects the world to change around her, and doesn't do a single damn thing to bend the world to your will. I raised you to be so much better than this. Explain how you let this happen so quickly, Ebony.
Do we all hear this, or just Ebony?
You can all hear and see this.
I think Ebony takes a minute, just was not prepared, and is definitely shaking a little bit.
Don't stand there using your clothes as a temporary latrine. Answer my question.
Acheron just comes up behind Ebony and stays behind her, but with one hand that won't be seen by who I'm assuming is Mother Superior. Will just put a hand at the middle of her back in this silent show of support and lending of strength.
Hatfield's also half a step behind Ebony as usual, but has more or less just back straight, shut, full servant mode. What is going on here? Why is it white?
You should speak with respect towards Ebony. You seem awfully disrespectful.
A child speaks with respect to their sire, not the other way around. Unless you're an anarch.
Well, no.
Then shut the fuck up.
Can I do a check to keep my rage in check?
Oh, no, do not attack Mother Superior here. I'm a little
Can
worried.
only go
Especially her.
Are you going off the frenzy rule that when a vampire says something to another one, it can cause a... Yeah, doesn't apply, because she's...
Okay.
Lower generation.
Oh.
Basically,
okay.
This is your fucking lot in unlife. People who are older than you shit on you. If she was younger than you and she shat on you, oh yeah, that's a frenzy check. She's older than you, you know better.
Okay, gotcha.
Mother Superior, what are you doing here?
Is there a way we can check that she is really here and this is really her?
Yeah. How would you like to, though?
Throw something, quick.
Just yeeted at her head.
No! If she is really here, I am dead.
I'm throwing something, if you don't...
Hatfield is familiar with Mother Superior, at least. Could I wits awareness somehow to, see, is there anything off about her? Is there anything that might give away that this is, a trick, a brain weird...
Free roll. This is a trick. Then this is a very good trick. This is Mother Superior right down to the smell of her formaldehyde. I don't know why that didn't come through. Did that all come through?
For the most part.
Part of it did. Her smile
it's Mother Superior right
something.
down to the smell of formaldehyde.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah. I have a question. While people figure out how they're gonna figure out if she's real or not. Because technically Acheron is neither power nor anarch, in reality they are occultists, and very specifically to the Dark Mother. Does this particular situation ring as illusion for her? Just kind of given her past, given the way that Bahari teach the lessons of our
none
kind?
of the usual telltale signs of this being an illusion, be it some blood sorcery ritual, or be it some sort of dominate power. This does not appear to be one of those kinds of illusions, if it's an illusion.
Okay. Okay, so all right. That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
shut down
for now
from
stand in. I'm gonna just stand in support for Ebony because this is sort of her demon to deal with.
I remember the last question I asked was, Mother Superior,
How did
what
you
are
let
doing
this?
here?
Oh yeah, that's right. Mother Superior is just going to look at you like, are you talking back to me?
No, I'm just confused. I
asked you a very specific question. What do you have to be confused about? A few months outside, and that's it. You lose everything about you. You've lost your breeding. You've lost your status. You've lost your power. I don't see Ebony Lacrimosa Blair standing before me. I see a pile of rags being held up by a bruiser.
Can I?
You didn't prepare me for everything out here.
No, nor should
when I was
have
at
you.
home,
What
it
am
was
I?
different.
I am your sire. I chose you specifically to be able to handle yourself. Are you saying that I misjudged you? That I made a mistake?
I have a question.
Yes.
Full question. Can I play like devil on the shoulder for Ebony really quick? And I just lean, like I'm still behind her, right? Because I don't want to show as if I am superior to her, in case this is really Mother Superior, right?
Slip, you're still on the radio as well, Slip. You don't have to be silent.
Oh, word, yeah. I just like whisper into Ebony's ear about she directly your sire. She is also Ventru. Tis a question, Ebony. Yes or no?
Okay, player-wise, can you say that again? The first part of it.
Yeah. Right. Is she your sire directly? So, like, in the same way that, like, technically, Slip is your guy's Mala now, so it's like he's kind of your sire, right?
Well, like directly,
is she
this one made
bloodline?
You. Yeah.
Yes. Is that her?
Yes.
Yes?
This is Mother.
Same blood that she takes such pride in runs in your veins. She has age on you, sure, but truly, you're both children of... What's his name? Is it Hampstead? I can't remember his actual player. Can't remember his name. Hardstead. Thank you. I was like, I don't remember this guy's name. Yes. You're children of Hardstead. She wants you to take the reins. Take the reins. And if this is not real, that is your ticket out. She has only as much power as you grant her. And then I just back away.
Fucking hell.
Another question for you, man behind the desk. So I have been told that until one is declared a neonate before the community, any failings of the child is that of the sires, correct?
Why are you talking to me about Camarilla doctrine?
Oh, is it Camarilla only? I'm not. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. All right, thank fucking God. By the way, these burritos are fantastic. I've heard of wine tasting, but a burrito tasting? Oh.
This is...
Just spit it out when I'm done. You should. Oh, no.
I was more interested in the story you were telling me of when you accidentally spilled a load of wet paint over your overalls, and then you were locked inside of a ladies' loo, accidentally, without a story and without a uniform.
Yeah, you know what? With that kind of paint, the fumes were really getting to me, and my health was already questionable, 5 packs a day. We thought they were good for you back then. Went to the wrong bathroom. Man, hard time explaining that to HR. That's how I lost my job as a janitor, basically.
That makes a lot of sense.
I'm dying.
Be the only way you could lose your job doing that.
Yeah, and I started stealing cars, got addicted to crack. That was new back then. Remember crack?
I can't be serious when I have crack stories in the back of my head. Okay.
Does Ebony burst out laughing in front of Mother Superior?
I feel like I'm gonna get slapped, but I don't know. This is just really stupid and funny to hear.
Do it! Burst out laughing! Sure you don't care!
Ebony bursts out laughing. Suddenly all the fear just disappears for a hot second, because it's just like, what are you talking about in my head?
That's bullshit. We're fucking redoing that. That's slightly better. Mother Superior instantly clenches her fist and backhands you across your cheek. Or at least attempts to. How would you like to respond?
For story reasons, I'm going to take it.
Then you will take 3 superficial damage, half rounded up to 2.
Comes around.
Ebony as she stumbles.
She backhands Ebony. Ebony stumbles. Thank you, Hatfield. Just sobers up for a minute. You know what? Maybe you did make a mistake. You made the mistake. If you hadn't, then why the hell am I having such a hard time out here? You want to complain that I'm crying and I'm sad. I spent my entire life having nothing. No interaction, no people. And then you track me out and act like I'm supposed to suddenly know everything. I am supposed to suddenly be perfect. You didn't teach me anything. If I fuck up, it is your fault.
Have you quite done having a little temper tantrum?
No. And I'm never
so.
going to be done.
Oh, you will be. And I'm sure you'll fuck that up too and then cry about it later.
I am sick and tired of crying.
Yes, I am sick and tired of you crying too. What are you going to do about it?
You know what? I'm going to do what a king is supposed to do. And delineate. Hatfield! Have fun.
Yes, Hatfield steps forward.
Yep.
Beat her within an inch of her life.
In order is in order.
How would you like to start it off?
I'm gonna activate the punch good thing, and I'm gonna try to punch good.
Potence, strength, brawl.
Yes.
Rouse.
Yep. Yep.
Just as a quick reiteration for me, in this room, other than Mother Superior, is there anything else that I see? Like any extra doors?
Modest
Any extra
furnishings.
people?
There's a few closed doorways here and there. You've got enough room that if you found a fairly small or uninteresting object, you'd be like, look, I just found the Ark of the Covenant. This would be useful.
I would like to, as like Hatfield's about to go to town on this either illusion or actual Mother Superior, I'm like, yes, Hatfield, go. But also, I would like to check out the room itself, like physically touch things, because I'm really trying to find like where does the illusion begin and where does it end, and is there any false things, and you know what I'm saying, like false bottoms.
Yeah. I think at this point, I'm for absolute free. Everything feels solid, as solid as wood, which you're very familiar with, I'm told. But this seems right. Surely that is right. You've danced to this tune before. You know that this is just how it works. What you perceive as a solid object may not actually even be real. It could all be the power just fucking with your mind, man.
Yeah, like if there's a vase, I will like knock a vase over like a cat. Like I'll just start knocking shit off the walls and stuff.
And everything will respond the exact way you think it should, which immediately is suspicious to you, because these really are quite kind of unpredictable things. The vase, it tilted to the left, fell straight to the left, didn't turn, just smashed. Exactly as you expected it to. Each object behaves exactly as you expect it would. And that just shouldn't happen.
Okay. I'll let you resolve the Hatfield thing, and then I'll jump in with something else after, but yeah.
Yeah, while Hatfield and Mother Superior are having a fight, and Akron is just trashing this room for no good reason.
Yeah, any uncertainty Hatfield feels here is suppressed because illusion or not illusion, the only right answer here is to, the boss is in total control. I am a dog who follows orders. Arf!
Oof. Don't mean to get all braggadocious about it or anything, but do you want to stick with it, or would you like a reroll?
I probably should reroll. I don't even know. I don't even know, man. I guess I'll re-roll some things.
Yeah. You could get rid of the messy crit if you re-roll the 0, the 2, and the 4, but that would take you down to 2 successes.
No.
I will say Pixie gave us a reroll. If you.
There's also a reroll from last week still.
There is.
Yeah. So there too.
I mean, the question is, by re-rolling, could I do better than this?
I'm also going to start putting up.
Always a possibility.
If you re-roll the 2 and the 4.
Banking more than one re-roll as well.
I mean, I think I'm just going to re-roll the 2 and the 4. Whatever happens, happens.
Exactly what you needed. It's exactly what you needed. It's still a messy crit, but that's going to you. And
this is a messy situation.
It's true. What is your prowess rating?
I believe it is 2.
Hatfield, you step forward instantly on Ebony's command. Your fist rushes through the air, as does Mother Superior's. Yours is moving ever so slightly faster, and of course, your vampiric vitae is fueling the power behind this punch that impacts on the side of Mother Superior's corset. You swear for a brief moment you think you hear bone crack, but you do know that you managed to hit her and avoid her own hurtling fist coming towards you. What would you like to do now?
Hit her again?
Strength and brawl. Nothing wrong with just saying,
That is-
I'll hit her again. That's fine.
Yeah, that's the only answer here.
Prowess is still active because it's based per scene rather than per action.
Yes. I might use that reroll now.
I mean, you did slightly better.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna willpower reroll. Okay.
Would you like success at cost?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take it.
Hatfield, once more, never stopping, you begin to exchange blows with Mother Superior. As fast as your fist flies through the air, her own comes up and deflects it, pushing it to one side. This back and forth carries on for a couple of moments, until finally, Hatfield, you're able to grasp her wrist, throw her under your arm, slightly dislocating her shoulder and throwing her across the room. Unfortunately for you, she is able to grab you at the same time, and you both go hurtling towards the wall. Take 2 superficial damage.
Okay.
As
Ow!
that's
Just-
happening.
Hang on. Last turn. Hatfield, what would you like to do? Is this still white now?
I would like to pin her to the nearest surface and just continue to pummel.
Strength roll.
Shit, I was gonna. Oh.
Worth a reroll. Although you,
Yeah,
oh no,
who needs willpower?
Though it goes to you anyway on the draw, so you're all right. You're going to be all right.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hatfield, your unrelenting attack carries on. Your firm grasp on Mother Superior's wrist tightens as you put your hand on the back of her head, pushing her into the wall, forcing her arm behind her back and snapping it in two. Your spare hand releases her head, and you just begin to lay punch up, punch, until finally there is nothing left of Mother Superior but ash.
Looks to Ebony in the pile of dust. Just brushes off clothes, stands up and shrugs.
Thank you, Hatfield. There's no way that it was real.
Yeah.
There was no way it was that easy.
No.
But it was weirdly satisfying. Thank you for
You
doing
know what I believe. Hey! I got your back, boss.
I fucking hate that woman.
As that's happening, and Acheron is like just fully fucking flipping tables and shit and just being weird. So my mind is clinging to the phrase that you said earlier that like the way things are falling and breaking, or they're going exactly as I think they should be going. What happens if I change how I think they should be going? Like if I, let's say, tip over a chair, and in my mind I'm like, that should go to the right even though technically it should be going to the left. Will it still go to the left, or will it go according to what my mind thinks it should be doing?
It takes you a bit of time to get the result, because you can't just brush off years of expected reality, it takes you a little bit of practice to actually convince yourself that this chair really could flip the exact opposite way. You keep trying it, and the first few times like, there's no way it's gonna work. And, yep, see, there you go, see, and then finally you're like, you really go for it. I really need this chair. This chair can do this. I've seen it do it. And you picture it in your mind. You get this clear picture of how this chair is exactly going to fly off the exact opposite way. And then you do it. And then the chair flies off in the exact opposite way.
I think for Acheron, they think back to their past when they were a human and quite frankly a ghoul, and when they were in the asylum, and how the idea of what reality is and isn't is something that they're actually very accustomed to. It's been a long time since they've been there in that space, but I think after a few tries, that's what really allows them to go back. And I think there is these little moments of electricity sort of like zapping through their mind, and like if someone were to be watching them, they would see their own fingers like twitch in a way that looks like when someone has been shocked, right? And it's like with each zap that goes off in their head, the more they're able to sort of like twist the reality around them. And I think with that, they start really listening in to what Slip is saying, and sort of like, I think, okay, hold on, let me fucking organize my own thoughts. I think what they want to do is they'll say to the group, this is not real, but it is manipulated. We can manipulate it. You just have to change your thinking. Mother Superior and anything else we come across here is likely not real and can be manipulated to our benefit. And I'm saying this like essentially loud enough for obviously my people to hear it, but specifically for Slip to hear it. Both as a clue of like, bruv, we're lost, weird shit's happening in our brains, but also like, hey, maybe something weird's happening to you too, so we alley together. There is no motherfucking spoon, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Slip, should we see if there's a Slip left?
Yeah, that was 3 rounds of combat. I might be gone, dog.
Slip, elsewhere, still sat with the man, probing his mind. So, Slip, the janitor, the custodian. What do you fear most?
Well, I guess my first question is, why would I tell you that? That's crazy.
Is it something small and inconspicuous that you believe I could just conjure forth?
I'm afraid of having too much sex, honestly. I was addicted to it in the 80s. I can't relapse. I can't go back to jail. I won't survive. Remember the 80s? My God. Music was great. You like Billy Joel?
Last thing I expected. I wasn't ready for all that. Not gonna lie.
I really want to know, have you been sat there for the past half an hour thinking of how to work that in, or did that one just suddenly pop in your head?
That's just boop. That just happened. I was not expecting you to just ask me that shit.
Do you really think, Slip, we would go to all this trouble, extract you from a pub, make sure no one could see you, bring you here under perfect cover of darkness, just to fuck with you? Why do all that just to fuck with you?
Well, that's what every
Have a lot
kindred I've
more-
ever met
We can
till
have a
now has
lot
been
more
doing to
fun
me.
fucking with you in your own haven.
Yeah.
Why would we want to bring the shit we deal with out there to our own doorstep?
That's what I'm saying. So just keep the ladies away, all right? I can't. I can't go back. No, I kicked the pink dragon once. I can't go.
I don't think you're in a position anymore for Little Slip to work anymore. I believe Little Slip is now permanently obfuscated. Not even prowess or potence could help that.
I mean, I could get him going. Are you asking me to? We testing this? Those burritos are still warm.
Do you want me to grab a couple of lollipop sticks and you could make a little splint for it?
Ooh, could we?
Maybe. That's why it's called wood, isn't it?
You got tape in your drawer? We doing this?
Super glue. Does that count? Do it with super glue.
Look into my.
What about
look into my eyes
staples?
and tell me we're doing this.
Staples.
No,
are very solid.
No, listen. No, look into my eyes.
We're going to talk about what we're going to
this.
stab your penis with.
For sake
Alright.
of sanity, this is where Hatfield just takes out the earbud.
We'll
Possibly
take it
same.
from Hatfield. I will take it from Hatfield and like put it in my bag. That way, it's like I understand you don't want to hear this, but also like we can't lose this earpiece.
I thought
Hatfield was
I
further
genuinely
away, but
thought
just
you were going to
you
put it in
cannot
your
use
other
this
ear
right
because
now.
you're like, this is gold. I want this in stereo.
I thought you were too.
Just like, this is
No,
already too
no,
weird.
I
I do
mean-
not need this distracting in my head right now.
Also, like this is just more tea about Slip and like seeing him like improv all this with this with this ministry guy is like incredible to Akron. They're like, yes, keep going. As they try to bend reality to get to Slip.
Yeah, let's
You
see
remind
which
me a
one of
little
us
bit
is
of
gonna...
my ex-wife.
I said that to my wife the other night, and she said, "You were married before?" And I said, "No."
What am I rolling, Shiv?
You haven't answered the question yet. What do you fear the most?
I just fucking told you. Why do you think I would fuck with you after I took the sip, barfed my brains out, and put everything I've got into you? I'm all in, baby. I've got an addictive personality. I was addicted to crack, then Billy Joel, then sex, and I can't go back to any one of those three things.
You were addicted to a dicking, yep.
Hey,
certainly.
listen.
You put the dick in addictive. Yeah, we know. What is it that you fear?
What is
about
happening
that?
to this stream?
What do I fear?
I wish I knew.
It's men. We're always 12 basically, and there are very few men that can resist the allure of making penis jokes because they are fucking hilarious. All your little bits, they're fucking hilarious. We love making jokes about their willies and testicles and boobies. It's great.
I don't want to ever hear you say fuck that again. God damn it, I'm gonna scream. Move on from the goddamn dick jokes right fucking now, or I'm gonna break this stream, I swear to God.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's
Softy-
stop stalling. I'm not putting up with it.
Well, Softy's giving me a mouthful, so I'm going to get on with it. Both hands on. Let's see what we can pull off then. And I would like you to roll. I think it was resolve and composure. Why don't I just fucking do this? I'm an idiot. This is what happens when I don't sleep for over 24 hours. Yeah, composure and resolve after all that.
Oh.
Ooh.
Sticking with it?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
Okay.
I just think I'm stalling for time. I'm trying to out shitpost a shitposter. That's it.
I'm just trying not to be the Barry in this RP. Is there anything you'd like to talk with the coterie or your newfound friend?
Well, we don't really need to worry about what my worst fears are because I shall not experience them while I'm here. Right? You guys use safe words?
No. And you might well experience your fear here, because your fear could be someone else's desire, which is why it's imperative for me to know.
Well, I mean, according to what you told me, I won't care even if it does happen, so...
It takes time to reach such a state of being. Unless you are easily appeased, of course. Are you easily pleased, Slip?
I am a tool, yes.
How very interesting. We haven't had... And thank you, Pixie. We haven't had a Nosferatu join our lodge for quite some time.
What happened to the last one?
He was killed
Oh my god.
by the Oxford Ripper some time ago.
No, tragic. That's what he gets for leaving the house, you know?
He liked to make friends, he said.
Friends. Okay. Let me guess, he went outside, touched some grass, got murdered.
Almost exactly accurate.
Shit, keep me off the grass, bro. Like, just give me the Wi-Fi password and I'm good. Basically.
Winning Table of Horrors logo. Elsewhere in the building, the rest of the coterie in search of Slip advance forward through corridors that close in as they narrow one moment and then expand outward the next. As you all make your way forward, is there anything you would all like to talk about? Even with Slip, who can afford some short sentences and one-word answers as before.
Sorry. I had to step away for a moment. Cool. Yeah, I think, I mean, Akaron's already said, like, we have the power to bend what this is. Keep that in mind.
So what you're saying is, if I think hard enough, I can eat my way through the walls.
You know, you can do that already if you're not a coward about it.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it because really, like, although the layout may be fake, that's actual wall, and you'll still vomit it because Kindred, we can't eat those things. You know
I mean,
what
other people can't
like,
eat those things either.
That's how reality
Right.
is supposed to work. You said if I think hard enough, I can change the way reality works.
I mean,
what
that don't
direction
change.
is Slip in?
I'm very concerned that your first thought when I said that was to eat the walls.
Well, he wants the
well,
Pac-Man to find our friend. He's on the mission here.
If you're
Right,
in
you're not wrong.
a building or a maze or something, the fastest way out is a straight line.
You know what? He's got
For
a
sure.
point, Barry. I think it's time for the Kool-Aid Man.
You know what I always say, follow your heart,
What
right?
he's doing this time.
I support going in a straight line, yeah? but maybe not with our mouths. Because I just don't think if you take a bite out of drywall, that your stomach is going to be grateful for that, and you're gonna spew, you're gonna projectile. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to shoulder it, if you want to throw your body into it, absolutely, I support it. But maybe not the mouth though.
You just said this is all in our heads, and if we think hard enough, we can change reality. That means I can eat the wall.
Acheron.
Do it, Barry!
Let him do it.
Gingerbread house. It's not a gingerbread house.
I want to see it. Let him do it.
Barry, if you die by running into the wall, I will laugh.
Unless he does it.
What direction was slip in?
Hey, you won't go to straight line, have at it, buddy.
Barry, reality works however you want. Here, remember? He's in whatever direction you wish.
I mean, that doesn't change what's actually here. It changes it changes how hard Mother Superior hits back, but it don't change that I was actually probably punching air. I don't know.
I have a feeling you're going to get hurt if you
run into the walls till we get somewhere.
I'm just going to pick a wall and really focus on eating my way to slip. And I'm going to try my best to just take a bite out of that wall.
Let it happen.
Let him possibly die?
Let it happen.
Picture the wall as like a chunk of meat.
Mm-hmm. As he does that, I'm going to go to a doorknob and I'm going to...
Are you sure you don't want to watch this play out? Because this could be fucking hilarious.
I'm gonna watch.
No, it's gonna be great, but like Slip's on a ticking fucking time, you know, and we don't got time to watch him nom through the walls. Is how Acheron's feeling about it. So I'm gonna pick a door and go hallway leading to Slip, right? Based off of the descriptions that he gave me, and I'm gonna open the fucking door, not like super quick, open wide, just a little peek, little look see, and then if he wants to bite through the walls, he very well can.
Why do all my players always have such fucking problems with walls? Why do all my friends just fucking hate walls?
Is it safe to say?
I don't know.
Send your answers to tableofhorrors@gmail.com.
Is it safe to say he's gonna like die if he just eats the entire wall?
I don't like being walled in.
No, I think he's just gonna vomit. You know. That's all. He'll take a chunk of probably
wall is just a door that don't know it yet. Go on, Barry. Do it.
I'm gonna go help Acheron. I'm not watching this.
What do I
goes to the actual door?
I fucking don't know. You're trying to eat the wall. I don't think we need to roll for this.
Okay, cool.
This is just gonna be. This is just gonna be an automatic fail. I know. Crazy as it sounds, Barry. But you can't seem to eat the wall. I don't know why. It's just like
I must not be thinking hard enough.
Too.
I mean, I know he has a wild like jaw situation going on where like his fucking face, you know, splits open. He gets like this giant maw. So I imagine like he'll be able to do some damage to the drywall, but I imagine there's like insulation and
his head is a flower made of teeth just bapping against the wall like a fly against the window.
Make a few teeth marks on the wall kind of thing, but you know, ultimately in the end, you know, it's just like, guys, this is going to take me a couple of hours. Do you want to go on ahead?
Perfect.
I mean, the
like a turtle with a strawberry that's too big.
Oh,
so anyway, I'm gonna also approach a door and just think really hard about who I think is my real sire. Give me my father.
Oh yeah, you want to get an illusionist slip? That's gonna help us.
I love that so much. Give me my dad back.
This is what happens when players have crazy thoughts. Right now, Kindred are opening the doors and thinking happy thoughts.
Oh, we're thinking happy thoughts. I'm not thinking that.
That is an assumption, sir. There was nothing happy about my thoughts at all.
Compared to what I've got in mind for you, it's probably happy thoughts.
Oh, well, maybe. But I'm a
And as
sadist,
you
so
open
we'll
the door,
see. Yes.
you catch sight of a grand dining room. A long, elegant, fully laid out dining table that dominates the room's floor. Large mirrors cover the room's brightly decorated walls, are inlaid with glimmering stones that shine brightly under the bright lights from the golden candelabras above. The tables are fully decorated, each place fully laid out with a silver platter, still lidded in each place. Would you all like to do?
Does this look familiar to anyone?
Should it?
Barry will take one of the like butter knives or something, and just like pick some drywall out of his teeth.
It does. I don't know why would it have to roll, but like, does this look familiar? This scene, this like setting? No,
Not
okay.
really.
Okay, the only reason why I asked that is because I'm sort of linking back to how Mother Superior sort of appeared out of nowhere. So I'm like, does this look familiar to somebody? But if
Can I
not,
just look in one of the mirrors?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go just stare at myself.
Fair.
I'm gonna break the mirror.
Are you sure? That's 7 years bad luck.
Yeah. I'm a Katsa, I already have bad luck.
Yeah, okay. There's no point rolling for that.
Yeah.
You just break the mirror. Pieces of mirror, shattered, come falling to the floor. And then you all hear a voice. Oh, Bartholomew, you're wasting away. And look,
Grandma.
all your friends are here too. Where's the other one? What was his name? Drip.
Well, Grandma, we're actually trying to find Slip. Have you seen him?
No. You shouldn't be exerting yourself on an empty stomach. None of you, all of you, please, sit. Sit.
Barry will sit down. Grandma, I didn't know you joined the lodge.
Are we gonna have to punch Barry's grandma?
Barry.
I think so.
This is
I'm
my
just gonna
dining
walk
room.
right up behind Barry. Barry, this isn't real. Get the fuck up and let's go.
Well,
My interest is in Grandma herself.
Okay.
look,
Where is she? Like, is she at the head of the table? Is she by a doorway? Is she? Do you know what I mean? Like, where's her location in the room?
She's standing behind Barry. Hand on shoulder, like, my proud boy! My good little cannibal!
Mm. Okay.
So proud of you and the people you fucking hate.
yeah.
Fucking love that shit.
Look, Ebony. Akron said if you think hard enough, you can eat the wall. I tried that; it didn't work.
Akron did not
Drywall
say
tastes
that.
like drywall. So if Grandma's gonna give us some food, it's probably real food. So I should eat some.
Do you
Barry,
hear what you want to
Barry,
hear?
Barry, my fucking worthless as shit sire randomly showed up. Do you honestly think your fucking grandma's here?
I would like to
I am
use
right
the
here,
substitute
Barry.
and create. I'd like to create.
Shut
my
up, you're not
blade.
real.
What would happen if we called your grandma right now?
Can Barry call his grandmother on his cell phone?
No signal.
No.
What the fuck?
Fuck, you
Of
smart
course not.
Okay.
I want
I'm
to grab
gonna-
a piece of glass from the ground, from the mirror. That's all. As a weapon.
I'm gonna rouse just very slowly as I'm like, so visually it looks like Akron's just like walking around the room looking at, decorations. But my intent is to head very slowly towards Grandmama, but I would like to do vicissitude for my bone blade, if that is all right with you.
Yeah.
Storyteller.
I mean, no offense, Ebony, but that nun who's your sire is just like a huge asshole, like absolute asshole. My
Barry,
grandma's actually nice.
Barry,
Don't need
I'm
to
going
roll
to
for
shoot your
vicissitude,
grandmother.
Just arouse is fine.
Just arouse? Okay. Mhm.
I was
I'd like
gonna
to
ask.
flip a table.
Flip the dining room table.
Are you sure you want to do that?
You know, I was, or rather, I wasn't until you said that, and now I
You're
kind
right.
of am more sure. Just frustration, just yes.
It's like, fuck you, Grandma.
Flipping the table in?
Yep, I'm flipping the table. Whatever happens,
You flip!
happens.
The table! The silver platters spread out and reveal underneath severed faces, each one bruised and decaying, the odd maggot wriggling its way out of the flesh, clinging halfway out of the skin and writhing in circles.
See, Barry, do you really think your grandma would let all this meat go bad?
What the hell, Grandma? We can't eat this. You'd never feed me anything like this.
Barry, you must eat.
I can't eat rotten meat. I
It
have
ain't your
to eat
grandma.
flesh meat.
Way, Barry. You have to eat. This is all there is. Eat. Is anyone at hunger for?
No.
Nope.
I would like to hold on. I need to adjust my hunger actually to it's a hunger 3. I would like to, while Grandma is sort of distracted in conversation with Mary, I'd like to cut off her finger.
Grandma's finger?
And yes, and say
Sneak up.
he said he needs fresh meat.
Dex melee.
But to
Okay.
eat Grandma, bet. This is
I
great.
would be lying if I said my brain didn't go to the same spot. So, like, you know.
Grandma
Yeah,
got
we're gonna browse again. Ooh, we're about to be at hunger 4, but let's not worry about it yet. Let's do that.
You have blood bags on you.
I do. I brought my backpack. Okay, hold on. What was it? Dex melee, is it?
Yes, please.
Dex melee. Okay, I'm gonna do those 2. Okay. We're gonna re-roll the 2 and the 3. That's what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna reroll
Okay.
3 mine then.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, that's fine. That's okay.
You attempt
Hey.
to subtly reach out to Grandma's hand and sever the finger. She catches you reaching out, knife in hand, grasps your wrist, and takes out a cleaver. Fresh meat, you say, Bartholomew. You remember what happened with your brother, don't you?
Yes, Grandma.
What?
So as that happens, I'm going to smile like really, really big. And in my mind, I'm imagining. So
Oh,
I mean,
but
I guess I
you're
might
at
be able
hunger
to do
4
this
now, right?
with flesh. Oh, it's yeah, I'm hunger 4 now.
I would like you to do. Well, you don't have to do. But if you would like to, if you would like to resist hunger frenzy, you may roll. Or
Okay.
you can just ride the wave and give in. If you ride the wave, you will remain in control of your character. But you will still be frenzy.
Okay.
If you choose not to ride the wave, I'm in charge.
Oh, well, no, I'd like to ride the wave.
Eat Grandma.
Right? Hey, I'm a Samitsi. And in that, like, frenzy that comes over me, I will sort of whisper in this kind of, like, hissing speak. Your skin is so beautiful. And I will start to like claw at her flesh and like peel at it to eat. Oh, thank you. Okay, thanks. Goodbye. Yes. So I want to like in that frenzy just start clawing at her skin to consume it.
She's gonna give you her cleaver.
Oh, word. We're gonna fillet. We're gonna have at it.
Yeah, she's gonna be giving you instructions how to cut smoother, better pieces of cut flesh. Until, of course, she has to succumb to her wounds. But while that's going on, Barry, do you have anything to say about Acheron cutting up your grandmother and eating her? I'd imagine that's probably not the best of moves.
Right. And I'm being bloody about it, like being sure to like wipe myself down with it.
And Barry does believe this is his grandmother, right? I think so.
Yes. Yes, he does. See, it wasn't to Acheron the first time around, so yes.
Well, he tried to listen to Acheron, but Acheron gave him bad information. He wasn't able to eat that wall, like Acheron said. Or so Barry thinks.
That's good. That's fine. We'll take that.
Logic.
We'll take
I mean, you could have eaten the wall. You just would have taken too long.
Acheron, that's disrespectful. That's poor manners. Grandma didn't offer you you to eat her. Like, you can't do that.
That's not true. That's not true. She offered me her cleaver to do it. Chops
yeah, she
her
did.
Elbow.
She's talking to the elbow.
It was all
and I'm like, yep.
She's being a good host. That's what grandmas do, and she's being a good host. What kind of host lets her guests go hungry, huh?
Are you sure Grandma's giving us harm?
Yeah, do you want a thigh? I noticed you like that last time we ate at her house, and I like slice at her thigh, and I'm like looking Barry in the eyes as I do it. Also fully frenzied, so I look real crazy.
If Grandma's okay with it.
Grandma's okay with it. She handed Acheron the cleaver, Barry. You don't do that if you're not okay with it.
Usually Grandma butchers other people. It's kind of unusual for Grandma to say we can butcher her.
That's why she's offering the advice, yeah?
What's Grandma got to say?
She's teaching Acheron how to do proper. She's spreading the word around. She's teaching.
As he's saying, what does Grandma have to say? Acheron fully like launches their hand into Grandma's mouth and pulls out her tongue and chops it off, and then throws the tongue at Barry. And then we'll continue to
real tender meat, Barry. You don't want to waste that.
Oh,
we're fully crazy right now. We're fully like, yeah.
Barry would eat the tongue.
Amazing.
Okay.
You started this shift now.
This is getting weird. Okay, we're gonna act like I didn't warn everybody. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. I'll take that. I'll take that L. Me and you both. Me and you both.
I'll take that L. That's cool.
And you're going to consume the vitae within Grandma as well, I assume?
Absolutely. Until I am.
Will you eat?
Nice
we're gonna say either you eat the flesh and it doesn't make you throw up for some bizarre reason, or you don't eat the flesh, you just drain the blood, but you're not gonna,
Right.
And I'd like you both to mark
I think even
down,
in my frenzied state, I'd be able to tell the difference on how to do
I'd like you both to mark down level 1 blood bond to unknown
Incredible. Love that.
Now, is that going to replace our blood bond to Pandora?
I don't have a blood bond with her, but you might.
I do.
If you've got a blood bond to Pandora, that's going to stay in place. Acheron does not have a blood bond to Pandora.
No, I don't.
But it is now level 1 bonded to a dead Setite.
To a dead set, I love it.
And he wasn't expecting that.
So does it... I do have a question mechanically. If they're dead because I just consumed them, does it count? Like, does it cancel itself out? Amazing. It's just there.
Yep, you can be fully bonded to someone that is no longer unliving.
Oh wow! Interesting. Okay. Here we are.
Is that almost like immunization against other blood bonds then?
In a weird way, yeah.
In a way, yes, but it will just fade when
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
get the replacement
You need
vitae
your
from the original.
booster bond.
And
Yeah.
there is something to be said that if a player wanted to take it that route, that they could go insane being bonded to someone that is
Yeah.
dead.
Um,
But speaking
Not
of
without
dead
side
people,
effects.
Grandma's body is fully consumed by Acheron, and partially by the help of Barry. You were saying, Barry?
Yeah, as Barry and Akron are eating, Barry would be thanking grandmother, and be like, "This is unexpected, Grandma, but thank you. I will cherish this meal always. You've been a great grandmother to me."
It's the weirdest funeral I've ever attended.
I think like as Barry's
don't worry about it.
saying all
Just-
that,
just
right?
go
Like,
with
do I come out of frenzy because I've been doing the consuming?
Oh, yes, sorry. We didn't finish that because you'll be able to stake your hunger down to 0. So, yes.
Wonderful. So yeah, so as I'm doing this, even though my hunger is sated, I will continue until it's all gone, right? And I hear everything that Barry is saying, and in the back of my head, just like gleefully in this really like twisted, sadistic way, going, I can't wait to see his face when he realizes his grandmother's not dead. Like, just real twisted on like knowing the kind of toll it's probably taking on Barry to think he's eating his grandma. And so just joy, delighted on Acheron's face.
Barry will eat some cheek meat and then hand a piece over to Akron. Here, try the cheeks. It's some of the best.
Immediately takes it and it's just like just having a bonding moment with Barry. That's what we're doing. We're bonding. And I'm like whispering things to Slip in the earpiece to let him know, like, wow, they have me eating someone. I don't know who it is. Like, just, I think it's Grandma. Maybe not. Probably not. I think it's a Sentai. I hope they don't mind. Like, just real weird. Yeah. I told
And
you
after
guys,
you have
Akron's a
consumed
crazy person.
Grandma's flesh and blood, you still remain in the dining room. A very long, large room. What would you like to do?
Is there another door?
Yeah, can we please leave this room?
Oh,
Let's go searching for another doorway.
Did Barry slake hunger too, or just Akron?
Oh, you did it. Yeah, I'll give you enough. You'll be able to stake 2.
Okay, I'll go down to 1 then.
As you all step forward through the dining room, it never seems to end. You always seem to be in the exact same spot from when you started. The tables, the furnishings, they all repeat. Even the broken mirror, suddenly repaired and back on the wall.
I'd like to flip another table.
Flip another table? No problem. Once more, severed faces, writhing with maggots, bruised and decaying, and thrown across the floor. And just as before, you hear a voice.
Oh, come on!
Bartholomew! You're wasting away. And at this point, we'll take a break as we reflect on Grandma and why she was so tender. Bartholomew,
Oh,
you look so hungry.
Grandma, it's so good to see you again. I actually just ate. You had us over for dinner.
I'm throwing one of the rotten faces at her.
Are you going to lift up one of the platters before you throw the rotten face?
I already flipped
Or
the
do
table.
you want the one on
I think
which
the room
in
reset.
non-Tasmanian devil, one off the floor? Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no, I flipped the table. I am frustrated. I am just picking up one of these faces and yeeting it at her.
Dex Athletics. Jesus. Okay, Hatfield. You pick up one of the severed faces, still writhing with maggots. A few drop to the floor with some gentle splats as you pick this face up. You clench it in your fist and look straight at grandmother, engrossed in her conversation with Bartholomew. It flies through the air and lands with a significant splat upon grandmother's face. She peels it off, turns to you, Hatfield, with a smile and says, "Oh, no, dear. Not these ones. These ones." And she'll be gesturing to one of the tables that you have not flipped, with all the placemats set and silver platters in place.
Can I eat another face? Hatfield is tired of this.
One, okay. Dex Athletics.
Okay. I'm so sorry. They're very squishy. Don't fly well.
Granny catches the face this time in midair. She tilts her head, looking at you disappointingly. Young ones today just don't want to listen. She starts walking over to the table and lifts the platter off, revealing a pristine face. A very familiar face. The face of grandmother.
Wait,
What?
Fresh.
The fuck?
Eat.
Grandma, why's your face on the table?
Barry,
It's not my face. It's on
You know-
my faces are here. This is your meal for all
you
of
also ate it 5 minutes ago. Like, come on.
Oh my god.
The face
That didn't
under the
happen.
platter, that is grandmother's face, right?
I'm gonna come around and I'm going to put both my hands on Barry's cheeks, make him look at me, and just be like, Barry, that is not your grandmother! Oh my god, please. Nothing in this room is your grandmother.
Ouch. Sorry.
Don't die.
Okay. Person who looks like grandmother, why is there platters of what looks like grandmother?
I told you, Bartholomew, and don't call me. I am Grandma. And I've made meals for all of you. There's one here for each of you. Look, and she'll start lifting off platters, and each one reveals the face of grandmother beneath them.
Barry will
nobody
sit
stop.
down and start eating one.
Hatfield is gonna flip this table too!
I am pulling out my gun and I am shooting grandmother in the head.
I was gonna say, I have this feeling, like, this person who is, like, in this disguise of, like, his grandmother, I have this feeling that they're going to die. So I was gonna stab them if no one shot them.
But I'm already dead.
For real this time.
Flipping the table. Just as Barry sits down to eat, I am flipping that table.
Yep.
Hatfield, at least wait until after dinner.
You just ate!
You do not need to eat! Again, I would like to roll firearms. I'm shooting grandma in the head.
Compose your firearms!
Right.
Oh yeah, she gets a fucking dodge.
Jesus Christ, grandma!
You want to just throw the gun? It might be more effective. Reroll the
Throw
2.
something. What do
You could
roll
reroll
to
that
throw
2,
something?
go for a messy crit, bump you up to 6. Messy crit though.
Fuck it. At this point, I'm just curious what's about to happen. You're fucking with me.
I was very proud of you there. Sorry, I was just enjoying that moment of like, that's my husband, that is.
Let's go. I'm mad, Grandma. Come on.
Ebony, instantly take out your pistol, square up, and fire a single bullet. It leaves the chamber and instantaneously pierces grandmother's skull, opening it and spraying Barry with the contents of brain matter and skull and vitae.
First one wasn't your grandmother. The ones under the platters weren't your grandmother, and that weren't your grandmother either, Barry. Your grandma's at home.
Ebony, for shooting poor, innocent grandmother that just wanted to feed you, you're going to take 2 humanity stains. Which I know.
I will accept it.
I know all the rules lawyers out there are like, that's fucking weird. That's kindred on kindred stuff. I know, but it was more interesting to give him humanity stains and a compulsion or something.
That's fair, though, actually. You know what? It's still hard to shoot an old lady. Grandma still looks like Grandma.
Well, I certainly hope that wasn't Grandma, because, you know, what if Grandma was way... Okay,
Barry, it's not.
There's like 57 grandma faces around, Barry. Think about it. Does your grandma have like 57 faces of herself? Like, come on.
Okay. Barry will wipe off some of the like brain matter and just like he'll like lick his fingers.
No, don't do that.
He's doing it.
Stop it.
I'm mad because I still kind of felt bad about that.
If a third one comes out, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's not gonna be pretty.
If a third one comes out,
as soon as you say that, Hatfield, the
I
room is
was
filled once more with a familiar voice.
What would it...
Bartholomew, I have told you time and again, eat, you're wasting away, you are nothing, you are my responsibility to look after. You, all of your friends, sit, now. Eat.
I would like to investigate the room if I may.
God.
What are you after?
At this point, I think I am looking for the way to move on. I'm looking for perhaps something special within the room itself.
Wits awareness.
What?
Yeah, I had a similar idea, but I don't know if it's
With a +1.
Meanwhile,
my brain went. Something has to be different in this room.
I know. Actually, hold on. I think I know what to do. I just need to wait for a minute.
3 successes, and I'm just looking for divergence here.
Acheron. And if this is what you worked out softly, please let me know. You have a brief thought. Mother Superior was taken out by a direct order from Ebony by Hatfield, both of which have actual ties to Mother Superior. So far, everyone that has killed Grandma has no actual ties to Grandma. Perhaps Barry needs to commit his own murder.
Right.
Matricide.
Geriatricide.
Case. So he has, if I recall correctly, Barry has like a belt of various cleavers and things. Yeah.
He has an apron, and the apron has like a ring for a meat cleaver on it.
It's
right, and is there a meat cleaver currently hanging on the?
Yeah.
Acheron will go up to Barry, and say, "You'll need this," and will lift up the cleaver and sort of gesture it at Grandma, and say, "This is the only way that we are going to get our friend and get out."
Hatfield has been
are we gonna butcher something?
Shy of frenzy. currently trying to
Harry.
bludgeon Grandma with a dinner plate.
Hatfield, stand down.
We need to kill, or rather, you need to kill Grandma. I mean, remember what she did to your brother? Seems only
I think
fair.
that was me.
It might have been you, but I'm sure it was under her approval. She wouldn't just let you eat your brother. There had to be a reason. You gained her approval. Seems only fair.
What is this?
Oh yeah, sorry. When Acheron, you look at Grandma, she returns your gaze and looks at you and simply says, "Eat the faces."
I would like to state again that I am, like,
Woo!
I don't... Just attempting to bludgeon this woman with a dinner plate.
Well, after this bit.
Who is she doing this to?
That would be to you.
You.
Me. Okay. That's cool.
Intelligence and resolve.
Cool. Okay, so we're gonna rouse the blood. Okay, we are successful. Intelligence and resolved. Here we go. 2.
Oh, fucking hell. The odds of 2 crits, but...
Right. So, how is this dealt with?
Gotta try to re-roll some of those.
You could try to do a willpower re-roll on 3 of those and see if you can fish out another crit.
Hey, let's do it. Why not? Let's do the 3, 2, and the 3.
Come on.
Got a 9.
That's a crit 9 versus a crit 9.
So I guess attacker wins.
Which is Grandma.
Cool. So Acheron, I think Acheron, before they kind of like fall into this compulsion, will like dig their nails into Barry's shoulder as like a do it. You gotta do the damn thing. And sort of will then like just allow themselves to fall into this thing of eating the faces. You know.
I imagine it's very much Acheron's just there, claws impaled into Barry's flesh, like, I can't believe I'm fucking going through this, Barry. You fucking kill your fucking grandmother, or I fucking will, all night.
Right, or like essentially the looming threat of I'll kill your real grandmother. Like, don't fucking make me do this forever.
Yeah. Basically,
you feel me?
Acheron is fucking scary.
Right. So, you know, we're doing the eating of the faces.
Yep.
While Barry decides whether.
And you're already at 0 hunger. So, yeah.
Yeah. Grandma, are you sure this is enough food?
Of course. I mean, if it isn't, it's tough. This is the very last of the food, Barry.
I mean,
this is all
you
that's
don't.
left. And you can see the previous food was tainted.
Yeah, that's all spoiled. I mean, obviously, I want my friends to eat first, and you gesture to like Rami and Slip and the rest. Oh, not Slip, but Rami and go on, please join Acheron. You should all eat first. And Grandma, I know you don't want your strong, growing grandson to be starved either. So you should be a good host, Grandma.
Bartholomew, you snivelling little turd. I told you to eat. I slaved away night after night preparing these meals for you and your friends. The least you can do is eat the food I have put out for you. That is what I do, Barry. I provide. even at great cost to myself. You have the last of the untainted food. Eat it.
In our place.
You are absolutely great. Correct. You're absolutely right, grandmother. Thank you so much for sacrificing
And while
so much
you're eating
to
it,
feed us all.
stroke your beard.
Barry is
Weird.
going to Barry is going to lunge at Grandma with his monstrous maw and just dig in.
Frank the throat.
And I will also rouse the blood for this.
Is there any way
And I
I can
wasn't joking.
assist
You stroke
here?
your fucking beard. JJ's
Let him
paid
do
good
it.
money for that.
Let me do the rolls first. Okay.
Let him do it.
How dare you not put your beard as priority?
So
One
what
thing
is
you will
that?
learn about Table of
2.
Horrors is we are very serious about beards.
Jesus H fucking Christ,
Thank
and
you.
monstrous fucking
Good.
maws apparently as well. Not going to argue with
Third
that.
time's the charm.
Bye, Grandma.
Barry, you willed your vitae to your jaws, and much the same way as a snake, minus, of course, having an extra jawbone. Your maw opens wide. You instantly bite Grandma's head off, crunching bone and sinew easily with your teeth and swallowing, feeling the pieces of cartilage travel down your gullet as you begin to consume every single bit of what you assume was Grandma, until finally there is nothing left. You may slake 5 hunger.
The minute the compulsion ends to like eat these faces, Akron will stand up and will just nod at the fact that grandma is dead, and then proceed to make themselves vomit so that they can just get it all out, because it's probably not too good to have lingering in the tummy. So we just remove all of the problem. And then, we wipe our mouth. We take out from their bag a little to-go toothbrush, mouthwash, toothpaste situation that she totally took from Slip when he wasn't looking, and just and then okay, he'll forgive me for that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then
5 out of 6 Kindred
Alright.
recommend it.
Right, absolutely. We're ready to go then. On to the next.
Barry will belch and then nod. Yep, we're good.
Excellent. How we doing, Slip? We feeling good? Are we making any headway? Literally just looking for are you still functioning, or have you turned to mush response?
Losing wrinkles pretty quick up here. Losing wrinkles.
On our way. Yes, absolutely. That's fantastic news. We need to fucking go. And there's pep in the step to get him out here.
You're visibly boiling over.
I'm yeah, that was a rough one, but hey, here's what we learned. When we come against the thing, right, and if it's personal to any of you, you have to deal with it. None of us can, or it makes us take longer. And currently, Slip's turning into a very smooth-brained kindred, and that's cause for concern. We got to, do the thing. Yeah, that's not great. I don't like if he's coughing. He's got a plague. Jesus Christ.
Go get him.
Yeah.
We're just gonna start breaking down doors.
Yes,
Yeah.
honestly.
Also,
Yeah.
if we all accept the fact that if we go into a room and any of us recognize whatever the fuck's going on or a person, you have to go kill them.
Yeah. If it's personal to you, you gotta do it, or else it doesn't count. As a tribe, hence why I ate Grandma acetite in the first place, because I thought if I killed it, we could move on. But
What happened to your accent?
I don't know, it's all over the place right now. I'm a little bit panicked, alright? I'm a little... all over the
Zemizis have
place.
moments. Okay, let's just go through the next door. Fuck it.
Sure.
I'm
You're
ready
not
to
wrong,
burn
sir.
stuff.
Right.
And Hatfield,
Wait.
you open the next fucking door.
Burning is not an option.
I know
Remember?
it isn't.
But we
Yeah, I'd
will
like to
find
kick down the
something
next door.
for later.
No problem. You were absolutely able to kick down the next door, Hatfield, and proceed in. You step into the new room, spinning Table of Horrors logo to Slip, who is still in conversation with his new best friend, who at this point quite possibly knows Slip better than Slip knows Slip. So, Slip, so many of our kind these nights cling to time like memories of their former selves. Is this something you do too?
Cling to what now?
Cling to members of the kind to remind you of your previously lost humanity.
Let me think about that. Kind of drawing some blanks right now. What are we doing? No, yes. I think so. What was the question?
Who the kind is that you are clinging. Take a cock out of my mouth.
Sorry, I'll back up.
It's a cock, not tentacle. Tell me the name of the kind that you cling to remind you of your human morality. And it's resolve in intelligence if you want to resist. There's a crit potential there. It's worth a try.
The name of the kind you cling to remind yourself of your life.
Why are you in my brain?
Oh, that was kind of weird. What happened?
You wouldn't notice. This guy has rational eyes.
What are we talking about?
You were telling me about this mortal. One that was particularly important to you.
Was I? Oh, I should not have been doing that. I apologize for my outburst. It won't happen again.
No. It will happen again right now.
No.
What do you fear, Slip, if you tell me that? You said earlier you only feared. Let's not repeat what you said, because we're not going down that road again.
Yes. No, yep, no. Well, you know, I'm, what is the information worth to you?
How about giving you the ability to do virtually anything you want?
Damn, that sounds pretty good, and feeling kind of fried right now. You know, I've got the blood plague.
Okay.
We
Not fun. We're
have
gonna go
that
through.
reroll. We have that reroll still banked if you want to try again.
Got two, actually.
The wraith in your head says. Marcelina says it. You got a reroll banked for you, son.
I can try, but I don't think it'll be better.
Hey, don't let them make you forget me, all right?
I'm not going to count that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to count that as one of your rerolls, because
Yeah, no,
All right.
all right. You know what? So what I'm actually quite worried about, since, I like the cut of your jib, and I feel like I can really trust you at this point. I don't know why. Feeling a bit like my brain's made of Instamash at the moment, so, what I'm actually the most concerned about is that the Blood Plague won't actually kill me. It'll just deteriorate me to a point where I am unable to move or speak or do anything. And I'll just be immobile, right? Unable to feed, unable to die. And then I'll just be forgotten for so long that I won't even really form thoughts anymore, right? A couple 1,000 years go by, I'm under some pavement somewhere, just gone. Still
Perhaps
there, not dead.
Perhaps you could get a role in the Tremere clan.
For being brain dead?
Yes, that puts you a cut above most of them.
Oh. You know, people hate the Tremere because they're very successful at betrayal.
Are they
They're
more
pretty good.
successful than any others of our kind? Look at what the
Yeah.
Sombra did to join the Camarilla.
Well, at least they have the wherewithal to kill themselves. The Tremere are out here chopping people up and gluing them back together. Other clans, my clan. So,
Indeed. They have quite the reputation, don't they? It's just a shame they're about as effective as a wet bag in the sea.
yeah. Yeah, they give off tattered fly swatter vibes, I agree.
So, Slip,
Yeah.
are you willing to tell me who this mortal is?
Wait, I told you my fear, so I don't have to tell you about the mortal. Is that how that works?
Well, you might want to roll for
Uh-oh.
intelligence and resolve. Is it intelligence? No, it's
Alright,
not
let me see.
intelligence and resolve. It is
No, it's composure
and
and resolve. Yes, yes.
Go on, Slip, reroll those. You've got a free reroll back. You've got two of the bastards.
What?
Let's take that reroll.
Please. Please.
For what? I just tied. So that's
Yeah, but
zero
they're
hits.
they're the attackers. So because they're the aggressive, they'll win.
But it goes on margin, I think, right?
There would be a margin of 1.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Are you sure? Because that will put you at 80%.
Yeah, y'all gotta hurry up.
Please!
Hold on.
We're trying!
Hold
We're
on.
doing our best!
Look at that. Look at that.
Not a willpower reroll, the other rerolls.
Yeah, alright. Okay,
I
hold on.
feel like Slip doesn't want his memories. That's what I'm feeling here. Is that what? Am I understanding?
No,
no.
Something. I don't fucking know.
No.
Hold
What
on.
Daddy's doing right now, he's
Oh, shit.
mitigating this quite heavy. Because what he's
Wow.
doing right now is he knows that you're all going to riot if Slip dies. So he's doing this on purpose, so you all rebel against me.
I'm gonna fucking kill someone. I'm killing everyone in this room, I swear to God.
Well,
You know-
I just dodged the messy crit by tying again.
You should have just accepted the messy crit.
You know, here's my thing, right?
Maybe you would have gone nuts and eaten him or something. I don't fucking know.
Slip's
I-
not dead if he's rebooted.
you
You just
win
have a
that
baby
round.
Slip.
You won that
Do I?
round, Slip.
Do I? Wow.
Because he only
I
had
have
2
a
successes and you got 5.
No, I rerolled the 2 at the top. I dodged the messy crit.
He's a bastard.
I dodged a messy crit, so that just leaves you at 2.
2.
Yeah, I see. So yeah, that's 1 damage to you then.
I've got a
I'm
question.
driving to your house and murdering you.
I do have a question.
Don't need to. I'm doing it here.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You can make new slip whatever you guys want.
Man, do I wish that I was Marcelina right now. Anyway, let's keep it going down the hallway. The quickness with which Marcelina will whoop his ass for this, that is. But you know what? It's fine. I am wondering, as we leave, we're going to the next space. I whisper, I sort of whisper under my breath to Slip, are you restrained currently?
No, I don't agree with that statement at all, actually. I think Bat Out of Hell's a great album. You go to hell.
Mm-hmm. So why not just punch him in the face? You know what I'm saying? You're quite strong from what I've seen. And slippery, and you can go invisible, and you can do all these things. Why are we not doing any of these things? I mean, are you our leader or are you not?
I'm pretty sick. I don't think, I'm not quite what I used to be.
Amazing, really. You are just so impressive. I'm really loving that you told everyone, like the Banu Hakim, that you're our leader. That feels really fucking good. Feels good to me. All right.
I'm just going to say
I definitely am, though.
You could have got an extra XP point there, Slip, if you'd have said, I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that.
No!
I'm all done making jokes. I got scolded last time.
The idea of setting this building on fire is looking more and more attractive. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's looking really nice. It's looking really good.
There's a reason it's a plan A.
Yeah. I'm maybe like this close to saying Hatfield, hey, light it up. Do what you gotta do. Set it on fire. Yeah, we're moving on. We're in the next space. Let's get to it.
The Coven step into a new room, barely decorated, barely furnished with anything, yet somehow still strangely warm. The coteries' footsteps are muffled by the room's thick carpets as the kindred step into the center of the room. Eking out from the shadows, the way the kindred had indeed entered the room, though, is a voice unknown to all of them, except Hatfield. Hatfield, you have led your capable coterie here to me, finally. Stepping out from the shadows is a slender, but somehow still imposing figure, a Phrygian cap upon his head as he confidently strides further into the room and slowly circles around the coven. And what's this, Hatfield? You bring one of the Hakata with you. The mysterious man focuses his attention on Rami. Tell me, child, what name do you go by these nights?
Who is he talking to?
That would be Rami.
Me? Okay, I wasn't sure. I was very confused. Rami? Confused.
Rami. And that's it? Just Rami.
Well, it's what everybody calls me. Do you want my title? I'm confused.
Whatever name it is that you go by these nights.
I think she's kind of just like looking at everyone else like, oh, I'm very confused.
Join the club.
I'm Barry.
Good job, Barry. So
I'm
proud of you.
Slip.
We'll slip. Great. I just go by Rami. I don't know.
Rami. Doesn't seem like anything that came out of your mouth was correct. You see, I knew you, child. Not as a newly embraced child to the Carter, but as a long-established, steadfast member of the Harbinger of Skulls. Night after night, I know you would spend not with the dead, but with the living, convincing them that life itself is a sin, and push them ever closer to taking their own lives. Is it something you all knew about, or something you've only just learned?
I think Akaran looks at Rami, and there's just this almost imperceptible raise of the eyebrow, like, oh yeah, that's what we were doing. Hearing this news. But to this individual, it's like, she's quite good at what she does. No surprises here.
Very few would welcome a cuckoo into their net.
Oh, we're a lot, a little cuckoo here.
Hatfield. And he'll start circling around Hatfield as he walks. Hatfield, Hatfield, Hatfield. Except it won't be Hatfield for much longer, will it? You're slowly losing yourself. You're changing, Hatfield. Do you see it?
Do I know this guy?
The voice is strangely familiar.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just staring at this guy like, what the heck are you talking about? Not saying anything, just giving him the incredulous and irritated, I do not have time for this stare.
You know what? I'm fucking tired. Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Do you
You
want
do
the
not
whole
get
thing or
to
just my name
address
right
me.
now? Oh,
The whole thing. Impress me.
I'm gonna do the whole fucking thing.
Wow. What a long, long, diluted list.
Oh, is that what
As
we're going to
is
say? All right, look.
Tradition.
None of us have time for you.
Do not ever talk over me. My lineage. Child of Ventru.
If Ebony's heart beat, it would have stopped right fucking there.
I think I think almost all of you, if not all of you, with that information and the Phrygian cap, you know that this is Mithras.
Yeah.
Is he hot?
So super. Wow. God damn.
I mean,
I
Priorities.
don't have the time for that.
Priorities.
in the fan fiction you write later, he might be.
Alright, let me write some transaction. Hold on, I'll take a notebook.
Oh, bro, I'm already done.
So as the
Softy's on round two.
Mithras is fucking there. That's cool. I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna be like, okay, maybe Mithras, maybe a fucking illusion. I don't fucking know. But I'm gonna look at Hatfield, and there's just this look of like, you know what we discussed.
Just kind of looking at her like, wait, is this mine? I'm very confused now.
We've already had Mother Superior, so I think like I'll sort of kind of, glide over to Hatfield. And I just, in a low, just like casual tone, and be like, he's not the only one who's noticed the change in you. It's pretty obvious.
Oh, come
I
on.
would say this one is for you.
Honestly, Hatfield's been worked up already. I think that's all it would take to shrug and then try and haul out and deck the guy.
Beautiful.
It's not a smart move, but it is the only move.
Strength, bro. Let me just gather up my pull.
I am going to die.
Actually, Mithras.
I'm just like staring at this person. Like very confused.
Yeah, I'm looking around the room for anything that maybe I can toss to Hatfield to use weapon or shield or, something, because I am like, ooh, he might use
This
is metal bar stool.
a metal bar stool. Yes, I will pick up this metal bar, and like as Hatfield's like going to do like the the torque to punch, I'm just gonna place that bar stool right next to him and back up a little bit so that when he needs to throw things, he can just grab.
Sticking with it, Hatfield?
I don't know how much of a difference it makes. Who needs willpower? Sure, I'll re-roll a thing.
You're facing a target of 8.
So, what I'm hearing is there's very little point.
Is Hatfield dead?
No.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
I think it was worth doing the reroll, to be honest, because, Anyway.
Yeah.
Hatfield. Instantly, you throw your fist through the air at whatever this person is claiming to be. And something happens that has never happened to you before. Your fist is caught mid-air. Confidently. It is just held there, in place, not hurting you, but firmly, so you're unable to move the arm. And he just looks at you and says, "The biggest achievement you have accomplished so far is to bring this Ventru under your heel. But when you're gone, and I'm in charge of your body, no one will remember you. No one will remember what you achieved, and you will fade away to be replaced by my light."
The expressions across Hatfield's face go from the mild surprise the fist was caught to sort of like, well, fair play, you're claiming to be okay, to just rage. It's not a smart move, but it is the only move.
Mm.
You would like to?
Yes.
As this is happening, I'm like whispering what's happening to Slip, where I'm like, oh, apparently we're fighting Mithras now. They just got Mithras in here, like giving him the play-by-play of what's occurring. Yep. Just giving you the play-by-play in case you wanted to know. Hatfield is fighting Mithras, or what looks like Mithras. So that'll be great. And apparently, Mithras' plan is to take over Hatfield's body, which will be rummied again, and that'll be great. So hey, just thought you should know.
Not
Stop using my name as a
again.
verb.
I'm so sorry, but it's a thing. I just thought I'd let you know, Slip, in case you want to get motivated to be the leader. And I'm like,
I like to think that Slip's response to all of that will just be like, Mithras's not here, man.
I'm just trying my best to work something out because it's getting crazy. Mithras was the last on my list of things that I expected for us to see tonight. I didn't think, even if it's a
You want to know what I've like? Do you want to know something else as well? I got a double crit.
Maybe don't. Please, just don't. Maybe just don't, please. Thanks.
I actually beat 11 with 14.
Oh, Jesus.
This can only go well.
But you will take 3 damage, Hatfield, halved, rounded up to 2. As Mithras catches your other fist, breathes a sigh of boredom, and pulls, ever so gently it seems, upon your arm, and dislocates your shoulder.
Oh. I'm pulling out the gun. I have
Now,
never been
Rami.
wounded.
If that is your real name, and we both know it isn't.
What's my real name, though? I'm confused.
You don't even remember your own name.
I mean, it's a lot from Mora, but I just go by Rami. And then
Maybe you actually don't remember your name. Perhaps something has been done to you so you actually don't remember. Perhaps you're lying. Not my problem to work out. Certainly your coteries. Do you remember when you would just go every night, walking, until one night you finally just disappeared? And it
I
was
have an
said
important question.
it was in mourning for the loss of the sun. Hatfield, what's your important question?
Oh, do I still have prowess activated?
No, scene has changed.
Okay.
And with that revelation, the figure claiming to be Mithras releases Hatfield and steps backwards into the shadow, a smirk upon his face, and disappears.
I'm punching the wall that he just disappeared. Like, whatever space the shadow is cast against is being punched.
So I'm going to, with thoughts of like, oh wait, maybe that wasn't an illusion, and I am going to grab Hatfield's dislocated arm, and if you'll allow me with my understanding of anatomy, I'm going to pop it back into place.
Absolutely.
For him. Yeah. Right. Know you're upset. And that will be, we got to put a pin in it. We will absolutely talk about this and deal with this later. We'll work on revenge if we need to, but we got to get Slip. Time is fucking running out. Rami also going to have a conversation because there's a lot of things that you got up in here that we got to get out. Like maybe your actual name, but not right now.
No,
And a son? I'm getting distracted. Let's go.
Just Hatfield is a little bit wild-eyed, very clearly like hanging on to not being frenzied by a thread, like just hanging on.
I think for once ever, Ebony's gonna come up to Hatfield, just very gently put an arm on Hatfield's like shoulder, just be like, "It's gonna be all right. Next room, you'll probably be able to punch something. Get it out of you."
I'd let you punch me, but
tense as heck.
Are you okay?
Hadfield, you hear the exact same voice in your mind simply say, "I'm always watching."
Field yells out loud.
Freezes. What the fuck was that? Why are you yelling?
Not at Ebony, like very clearly turning to somebody who is not there and shouting that.
Oh no.
We're hearing voices now.
No.
Okay, right. We will work on that later. Put a pin and hustling again, but also like giving all this information to Slip as we are looking for Slip, and being like, yeah, apparently fucking Rommy's got a son, and Mithras is trying to take over what's his body. It's a whole thing. We're giving him the play-by-play.
Gotcha. Okay, so all right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's bad. Real bad. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. Yep.
All right, next door, please.
Kicks down door very loudly so that yes.
So can you hear any of this, including the gunshots?
Right.
Actually,
Right, can you Slip hear any
Slip
of
can very much hear the door be kicked in, as you do kick the door in, and revealed unto you is Slip, engaged in conversation with someone you've never seen before.
Can I
As
shoot
soon
him
as the door
immediately?
bursts open. Jesus, let me narrate.
Sorry.
Gosh, we're dying to kill something, Shiv!
Damn. Please finish your narration, Shiv.
The man leaps across the table and uses Slip as a shield.
I am sane and stable enough to hold myself back from throwing myself bodily across the room anyway.
So-
I am sane and stable
You're
enough,
fucking
I swear.
bees! Use your bees, goddamn!
Oh yeah, you're full of bees, man!
All right, hold on. I have two questions.
Everyone,
First
hold
of
on.
all,
The man says, "If you make one wrong move, I will erase him. You're going to let me go, or you will never know Slip again."
okay, I have two questions, which I would like very much to get out real quick. First of all, Rami has a son. Is that a secret? Do I get a willpower back?
No. His
Okay.
son with a U, not an O.
Okay. Second of all, so moments before this, when we're fighting Mithras came up, Slip had made the decision of like, all right, I am going to have to try to save myself here. When he's coming across the table at me with my grappling specialization, can I attempt to fold this man like laundry with a grapple?
With a -2 penalty.
Oh dang! I'll rouse to even that out, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Make my rounds out of the way. Boom. Okay. So I'll just roll straight.
I'm going to rouse as well then.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the legal one? Break like an egg before you get folded like an omelet.
Shh. All those dice. No, that's not good enough. Rerolling. Yep. You'll be able to avoid this grapple, but he will still land just behind you. You will not
Perfect.
grapple.
I'll roll towards the coterie as a result, if I can.
You sure you want to do that?
With my fingers in my ears, sure. If I can.
Actually, wait. Does Tabula Rasa not need eye contact?
Once it's initiated, no.
Oh,
So it's a voice thing, I think, too,
Please.
right?
There is a reason that this is a voice thing.
Right. I think that if I see him rolling towards us, I will like try to help the action by
Is
grabbing.
that what Slip's gonna do? Is Slip gonna?
Right. Confirm. Are we rolling or are we?
Is that what you're doing, Slip?
Well, yeah, that's what Slip would do. Like,
all right.
Yeah, above the table, I know that's a bad idea, but Slip doesn't know how tabula rasa works. He doesn't have that power, so he's just.
As you roll away, the man will say, "Oh no, stop! Don't go."
All right.
Okay.
Will Slip live or die?
I will now rouse the blood one more time.
Please.
Maybe I should
Fingers
do those free
fucking
rerolls.
Not at all, and I'm gonna reroll 2 of those.
Okay.
Come on.
For 5.
Please.
I had 20% of my brain left, so he still needs a margin of 2 to get me, right?
Mm-hmm. Fuck. Let's see what happens.
Oh.
Softy,
Oh no.
you have your coin of destiny.
Oh fuck me. Yes, I do.
Flip it. Slip. Call it.
Tails.
It's tails. Oh my fucking god, it's tails.
In that case,
Sweating.
you will be able to successfully jump away from the ministry member. The words spoken, but thankfully, thanks to your barrel roll, you were unable to hear them, and they did not have any effect on you.
Cool.
And at this point, we're going to bring an end to this week's Oxford Ashes.
Son of a
Ooh,
fuck.
child. Sweating, boy. Sweating. We didn't have to bring this guy back alive to the Banukim, right?
Not at all.
Or did we make that deal?
No, we don't.
We were allowed to final death
Good.
if we
You're
wanted
going
to.
to murder him.
Just to vote, Hatfield
Can I eat him?
allowed to just. I feel it fair for Hatfield to really take his rage out on this person.
Absolutely fair.
Because they're going through it.
Yeah,
and
a little bit.
sometimes
Stop.
when you punch things, you feel better.
It's true.
Thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you all for coming and playing. I'm fucking tired. This week we will go in order of someone who might have slept slightly more than me, which could be any one of these people, starting with Rami. Who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I actually slept in really late today, so yeah, I'm sorry. I'm Space. I'm on Twitter and Twitch at SpacesRain. I play a lot of RPGs and Metroidvania and horror games. I've been playing a lot of Zelda, because Zelda's out. I'm finishing my Resident Evil 5 collab on Sunday if you want to hang out and watch it. I'm also here on Fridays, where I don't know what's going on half the time, but that's okay. I'm here in spirit.
Ebony, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I slept like shit last night, but I did sleep more than you. Sorry.
Yeah, you slept.
I slept. My name is Softonomicon on all social medias, including this interesting platform. I am Softonomicon. I am an artist, variety streamer, art, video games. I've been having some problems lately, but we'll get back to it. Promise. My brain work good soon. Other than that, I here on Table of Horrors on Mondays. I am the Cosmic GM who runs our weekly Shadowrun game, Run the Flood. I have a secret project that will release in June called Return to Silence. And here on Fridays, I am Ebony of Clan Venture, obviously. My commissions are open. I will happily draw you anything you want for the right price. Check Twitter for the prices, by the way. And on a Patreon, I'm making a coloring book, which is the periodic table of monsters. I am Shiv's hedgehog husband. That is all.
And you're the right-hand man at Table of Horrors and in charge of the Twitter and the TikTok.
And thank you. Yes, I am.
Check out our social media.
Softy does a hell of a lot of work here on Table of Horrors and does his own channel and his own art. So please, do give him a good look. We are incredibly grateful for everything you do here, Softy, because it's a fucking lot.
I'm doing it out of love, and I just love the people here, and I love you, Shiv.
I love you too. Hatfield, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hi, I'm Jay Breakathon. I stream whatever I want, whenever I can, over right here on Twitch on my channel, Day Breakathon. Lately, I have been low-key obsessed with Project Zomboid. I did the character art for the characters who have art. My commissions are open if you'd like me to do some art for you as well. I've also written a couple of fantasy novels that you can check out by clicking on the links in the part where the links go. Here now at the Vampire Times, you can find me being who I was, Hatfield doing that thing. And at the Shadowrun Times, you can find me also here, but then as Mojave, who is low-key perpetually confused, but it's fine. And I don't know if you can hear him in the background or not, but my dog says hello.
Hi, Pumper.
Who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Who
Did you
did Shiv
slip?
call in?
Slip.
Okay, it cut a little bit. Hi, I'm
Sorry.
Nosferatu. I stream on my own channel. Middle of the week-ish. I'm not really on Twitter anymore. I'm pretty sure that account's deactivated. You click it if you want. I'm here Mondays and Fridays as Slip on Fridays, obviously. And on Mondays, I am T103 for Shadowrun.
Slip is terrible at self-promotion. His streams are great, load of fun. There is much activity. Go and watch. He knows what he's doing in his games. But most of all, it's a laugh. It's a very good laugh. Go have fun with Slip. Go have fun with Hatfield. Go have fun with Softy. And so on. And of course, go have fun with Rami. Space. I'm saying that in a very weird way, but go watch their stuff. Acheron, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hi everyone. I do things on here on Table of Horrors. Obviously, Acheron on Fridays. On Mondays, I am Morningstar, the cybernetic snake lady in our Shadowrun game. I'm also a part of Lanyap Gaming, where we play all kinds of games. We're on a content break at the moment, but we are also actively filming things to release for July/August. Hopefully you guys will be super into what's going on there. I know that Mike from Lanyap Gaming has posted a thing in, I believe, Player General or maybe General in Table of Horrors. So if you guys wanted to get into one of our games, it is going to be for a completely different system, but if you want to get into one of our games, that's how to fucking do it. Reach out if you want to. And then I also have spicy links if you're interested in that sort of thing, but please be respectful. Also, you can find me all over the internet as the Risa Wraith.
Barry, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I am Noskavian. I play Barry every Friday on Table of Horrors. And I also play Jason every Monday on Table of Horrors with our Cosmic GM. I have friends who write books, such as our very own Day. We have Woodbreaker and we have Windswept. Check them out. I have an additional friend who writes books, who goes by Solus, who writes Obelisk, The Long Dream. Check it out.
Very professionally done. Thank you very much.
The nod at the end.
Barry is our local AI. He's our android.
We will go a raiding on Roll Call Studios, who are playing Dungeons and Dragons. I've never heard of it. It might be good. Let us know. Go over and say hi. Check out links down below for links to YouTube episodes, podcast episodes, Twitter, Discord, merch, all the stuff. Yeah, please check it out. But we can't go until Ebony says line.
I fucking hate tabula rasa.